be here. So welcome this morning to Thursday. So tell us what's one thing that's going on good in your business this week. One win, just put in the chat something that has been working for you, or we're going to talk about momentum this morning in just a little bit. So if you've had any kind of momentum this week, let us hear it, or come off mute and tell us real quick in a 30-second bubble what's the momentum for you this week. Anybody?
I'll talk.
Let's go, Katie.
So as you know, TikTok's my platform. That's where I get most traction. It's hard, guys. And I haven't even finished my stats, but I had at least 90 people to follow up with in comments. And when I did that yesterday, I got 3 more people in the machine.
Awesome.
So that follow up, and yeah, keep going. And I think that's a win. And I've also had conversations in texts and through email. So still working on it, guys. I'm doing a spreadsheet on all that, to let y'all know what's happening with that,
That's awesome.
campaign.
I actually woke up this morning thinking TikTok, TikTok. I got to figure out how to do TikTok. I'm just
I
not,
do too.
never
I
have.
do
So
too.
anyway,
We're all
you're
learning.
you're encouraging us all to get out of our comfort zone and to do something different. So I
Absolutely.
saw that Paula sold to Everglow. That is incredible. Can I just say real quick about Everglow and the drops together? If you guys have not seen Matt and Jolene's before and after on their Everglow and their drops together, I mean, Matt is like the coolest dude ever out there with his Everglow. His y'all use their before and afters. And I saw Kate on here, Kate Larson. I mean, it's just the results are incredible that people are getting on this, y'all. So, continue to use their photos but yeah, the difference in Jolene's face was just incredible. It just I think it was 37 days she's been doing the drops in the Everglow. So I don't know if y'all ever type it when you're typing Everglow in your text and it says overflow. I have to correct it all the time. It says overflow every time if I'm doing it in a chat or a text. And I'm like, it's not overflow, it's Everglow. I love that. Oh my goodness. And I saw Kathy got a new brand partner that's a dear friend. That's incredible. I love brand partners are so fun to work with, especially when they're fired up. When you said, she's ready to go, she's amazing, they're on fire. It's just really fun to do. So, thank you guys for sharing that. Anybody else? Let's see, Vanessa, new brand partner today too. Awesome. If I miss you guys, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at Kate's freezing at 38 degrees in Minnesota. That I'm not ready for that yet, Kate. So great job. Great job, guys. Good morning. So we're going to kind of get started here this morning. We're all talking earlier when we jumped on earlier that we are watching James's journey in Hong Kong, James and Becky. It is spectacular. We are all wishing we were there. I know they're going to bring some great gold home for us. It's just fun to watch baby Jaden over there too. He's just eating it all up. He's just absolutely loving it. So I love following them. So it's been fun. But I am Allison Britton. In case a lot of you don't know me, I'm very new to Partner Co. Since April, actually I started using the product in April and launched my business in August. So it's been such a pleasure, and they're getting me out of my comfort zone, being a moderator. So thank you for welcoming me. And I absolutely love it. So I was telling somebody a little while ago before y'all jumped on, we're going to be talking about momentum. And this week's been hard for me because this is a week ago today. I had hernia surgery, and I thought it was just going to be a breeze. I thought I was going to be back in 2 days exercising, and wow, when you have abdominal surgery, it just brings you back to your knees a little bit. So there was a lot of times this week that I felt my momentum down, but being on this call lifted my spirits, and I knew I needed to be on it even though I didn't feel like it, even if I had my camera off. I knew I needed to hear all your voices and what you have to say on this call. So this call is so important to me. So whether you can be on live or you're watching recording and put in the recording replay so we know that you're on, it's a call that I know drives your business, because if we're not in this together, it's difficult to do, right? Okay. So we're going to start this morning with some announcements. And I think one of the ones that I want to first talk about is the Millionaire Mentorship Club, because we have it every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. and it is a qualifying Zoom. And while it's not hard to get into, and that's what we want you to understand. And we want everybody on this call, because last night Annika Bell brought it home. I mean, it was so good. So it's to be an ultimate and to bring on 2 brand partners in a month's time with 200 PV are the qualifications, I believe. Make sure that I'm right, but I'm pretty sure that's right, in a 30-day span. But it's ongoing. Like if you didn't get this month, next you can still get in the Millionaire Mentorship for Wednesdays. So make that a priority, to a goal. Make it a goal to get it on. Like if it's next Friday, already October's over with. Is that Halloween next Friday, the 31st? Yeah. So if you can get 2 brand partners coming on with a 3-pack. If you're already ultimate, it's not hard. It's not hard. Just really have them come in, and if they want to start their business, or if they want to buy wholesale and then create a business, whatever that is. So I encourage you to absolutely, thank you, Tammy, for dropping that in there. Because last night, I'm telling you what, there's so many things that Annika said, and you want to be a part of that group. So just make it a goal for yourself in the next couple of weeks to get in that, because we're just starting to get down to the nitty gritty. We talked about how to present your story and how to make a presentation last night, and that's something that I'm not really good at. I don't think that's not my strong suit. So that's a skill I'm having to learn. So anyway, other announcements. I know Pam.
Wait, before you leave that, I want to clarify something. I found out it is a rolling 30-day period. So if for any of you who have one brand partner and they signed up last week, it's okay. Get one more within the next 30 days and you will get into the Millionaire Mentorship. So I think it's super simple, because it doesn't cut off at the end of the month and then you're starting over. So take a look at your newest brand partners, see when they signed up. And if it's anytime within 30 days, you're probably already in, and you just need to let your upline know so that we can get your flyer and let James know. Thanks, Allison.
That's great info. Thank you so much. I did not know that. So that's why we have a wingman. Pam's my wingman this morning. So we love, she's my goose. I'm the maverick. She's my goose. I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I'm not sure Danielle's on here or not. I know she had some company this week. Oh my gosh, the Drop Revolution 2.0. I'm seeing so much momentum in there. Every time I look, I stay hungry all day looking at these amazing recipes when I go in there. But I want to just encourage everybody to remember, ask before you just don't put the masses in that group. Ask someone for permission. Hey, would you like to be put in our group? You do not have to, it is free. You don't have to be doing our program right now. Although we know once you get in that group and you see the momentum in there, you're going to want to be a part of that group. So the only thing is you can't be eligible for the giveaways if you have not registered. And in the boards, there is the registration form in there. And I think in the group itself, if I'm not mistaken, and you can send it to whoever you're inviting. But the giveaways and things, unless you have bought some drops, you can't be in for that. But you can be in the group just to look around, check us out. If you're inviting people there and they have specific issues and you see a story, tag them in there and say, hey, I thought of you today. Or I know you're talking about you need easy meals. Well, Crock Pot October is going on, and that's just really easy for you. So, yeah. So, yes, Coach Pam. You must personally invite them. Yeah, and it flags Facebook if you're sending out 5, 10, 15 people to invite all at once. So don't do that either. If you know, just, I don't like to say don't do something, but we ask you not to. So anyway, okay, anything else, guys? Am I missing?
Sorry to interrupt. Danielle said that, speaking of the drop revolution, she said that sorry, to do teasers in your stories or on your post about recipes.
Okay.
And that's a great way to get them to be interested in the invitation. Like you can put a picture, you can actually share one of her pictures in
Yeah.
the in your post and say, "Hey, would you like this recipe? I'm making it today. Comment below, invite, or whatever it is that works." I'm not very good at that stuff, but yeah, do that.
That's such a great point, Katie. And don't take the recipes and the content out of Drop Revolution and use on your page, but take a picture and entice them and say, hey, this is what we get to be a part of in this group. Would you like to be a part of it? And you know, people say, yeah, me too, whatever. Then you can personally invite or go to Messenger and then say more from there and talk to them about it. And so, yeah, send them the invitation there. So thank you for bringing that up.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. Okay. Anything else that I'm missing, guys? If not, we're going to talk about momentum this morning. Okay. So, uh, when I was, this week has been challenging for me, and I'll just quite say my momentum has not been the best. And I was laughing because I'm like, okay, do as I say, not as I do, because this whole week, you know, last week or whenever I spoke the last time, I'm talking about how many people make your bed, you know, whatever. I always make my bed every morning. Do you know whose bed has not been made in the last week because I'm usually in it all day because I've had so much pain? I've been in the bed. So do as I say, not as I do sometimes, right? I think we all can remember that. But have you ever noticed, like, when you're in momentum, when we are in momentum and everything is going really good, it just seems everything clicks, right? Your clients are showing up, they're actually texting you back or calling you back. Conversation with them feels easy, and I know I'm more creative when I'm in momentum. It just seems like everything's working. And then it just feels like you're where you're supposed to be. But then there's other times that when you feel like you're on an uphill pushing a car and the car has the brakes on and it's not going anywhere. I don't know if anybody else can relate to that, but sometimes you're showing up but nothing's moving, right? Well, today I really want to talk about the power of momentum in our businesses, how we get it, what can stop it, and how to get it back when it slows down. And sorry if I've got that tube down my throat's created some crazy voices this week. Okay, so here's the truth. Momentum is everything. It's what keeps your business alive and keeps us alive, our spirit alive, right? When everything's moving. Otherwise we can get rejected or dejected. So momentum is not luck. Hear me say that. It's not just I'm having a good month or I'm on a hot streak. Momentum is the energy of consistency, daily consistency. It's what happens when your actions line up to your purpose every day. Think about when a train is leaving the station and it starts to go and it's going slow. But once it starts going, it starts going, it starts going, and it's really hard to stop that train. Well, you might feel the same way. You might not see huge results in the beginning. We're just kind of going day to day, here to here. But when that energy builds and when you're doing the right things, I'll say that when you're doing the right things in your business, and I'll talk about them in just a minute, but when you're doing those and you're going and it moving, then you're moving faster, and then your confidence really begins to build when it's moving faster. Excuse me. So there's three things that create momentum. Okay, there's clarity, there's consistency, and there's celebration. The first I want to talk about is clarity. You cannot move forward. I'm talking to me here. We cannot move forward if we don't know where we're headed. I am the world's worst about goal setting. That's just something I've struggled with. I have it in my mind, but to put it down on paper is a different beast, right? So if I don't know where I'm going, or it's like if I don't know if I'm going to go drive to California to see y'all, if I don't know where I'm going, I'm going to get lost if I don't have my GPS. So you have to be clear on what you're doing. Ask yourself, what do I really want in my business? What do I want to create for me or my family or for the people I serve, right? When your purpose is clear, it produces fuel. You don't need to feel motivated every day if you know why you're doing it. If you have a strong, I talk about this so much about having a strong why with us as brand partners, with your clients. If they don't have a strong why, if someone comes in the doctor's, if they go in the doctor's office and doctor says they're great, that's going to be different than doctor says, look, in 10 days, if you don't get your health in order, you might not be around for your family. That's a little bit different, right? So you see the difference of having that strong why. Consistency. You cannot have, let's see, was that? Yeah, that was the first one. Okay, consistency. You can't have momentum without motion. We have to be in motion, but it's not about doing everything perfectly. I'm a perfectionist, so it's hard for me, but it's doing the right things consistently. So this could look like, okay, if I have a day like I might be having today, and I can only get in 3 conversations, a lot of you guys have full-time jobs. If that's reaching 3 people a day, you do that. Following up with your clients. If all I can get to is 10 clients today, then you do that. Posting something that's encouraging, not only to everyone else, but even I need to hear it for myself. And showing up on your team calls. I was telling Kathy and Peter, I didn't want to get on the team calls last week. I'm going to be quite honest. I was tired. I was a hot mess. I was hurting. But I knew if I jumped on those calls and heard your voices, that you guys would be my inspiration to keep going until I got over this. So, the motivation does not create the action. Action creates motivation. Okay. So celebration. Celebrate every win, every non-scale victory, everything that you feel. If you had a new client today, no matter how big or how small a win, put it in our thread. Say, hey, I got a new client today. You want to celebrate. If you have a new follower from an engaged post, celebrate that too. Every time you acknowledge process, you reinforce your belief. And the belief is the foundation of that momentum. Okay. Here's what can stop momentum. Let's be real. This week was something that was outside my circumstance. Surgery, right? I didn't ask for it. But because I was down for a week, a lot of inner things started going through my mind. And here's a few common stoppers that will stop your momentum in a heartbeat. And they're not out from outside sources, they're from inside. Comparison. All week long, I'm like, gosh, I'm not being able to do the massive things I've been doing. I'm laying here, I'm hurting, yada yada. I gave myself all the excuses. I'm comparing my business to everybody. They're ahead of me, whatever. That's gonna stop everybody in their tracks all the time. You're not behind, you're on your own timeline. So we have to remember you're on the timeline for you. I don't work. This is what I do full time. I can do this more during the day. But there was a time that I had to pick and choose when I did work different hours. If I had an hour, do it then. Inconsistency. This is a big one for me. How many times do we have a great week and then we think, oh, we've arrived. My paycheck was great last week, so I'm going to sit back the next week. That can kill momentum when you have a great week and then the next week you disappear. Momentum loves rhythm, not random burst. Okay. So it's consistency every single week. Who's an overthinker here? Overthinking can stop me in my tracks of the momentum. The train has stopped. I'm thinking, is this post going to resonate? Is this too out of it? And you know what I'm doing? I'm making it all about me when I think all those things, making it all about me instead of others. And so let's just don't overthink things. And then perfection kills progress. I think we think it's going to be a perfect day to post. You know what? All of us are busy. All of us have lives. All of us have those things. It's just a matter of going out there and doing it and getting the momentum started. You have people behind your back. So get the momentum started and lean into the group and let us push you through that momentum. I love that. Okay. And so then one other thing is discouragement. When we hit a quiet season, we can totally convince ourselves, yeah, this doesn't work. It's not working, whatever. Quiet doesn't mean failure. It just means the roots underneath the surface are growing. Okay. It doesn't mean it's dead. And when you recognize what and who is stealing your momentum, you can stop letting it control you from there. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so how to get unstuck and rebuild the momentum. We'll go fast. We can all lose momentum. It's part of the process. The key is knowing how to get it back. So I've kind of had a week of lull. So I'm having to really dig deep and go, okay, how do I get my momentum back? Start small. Do not think you have to just do everything at once, or I will come in this office and get totally overwhelmed. What is one simple action that can move me forward? Just one. Maybe it's sending a message to somebody. Maybe it's following up with a client. Maybe it's just reaching out to someone who hasn't got on the drops yet. Their life could be crazy too. Have no idea. Reconnect. Plug back into the community. Momentum grows faster when you're surrounded by people. This is what I had to do this week. I had to borrow your energy until mine. I cannot talk this morning. I had to borrow your guys' energy until mine returned. I told them I didn't want to be on these calls. I wanted to be in my bed, okay? But each time I got on them, I was so pumped after, and I at least did one action that I could from there. All right, number 3, shift your mindset. You have to stop saying, I got to do it all at once. You can say, I'm building one block at a time. You already know what to do. You're just reigniting yourself and your momentum as you're going. And then feed your mind. Read, listen, everything that you can that inspires you. I already started listening to the Millionaire Mindset again this morning while I was putting on my makeup. Oh, that hurts my cough too. Just feed. I want to hear that again. I want it ingrained in my mind, so I'm listening to it again. The momentum that you take in the first action, if you take it, then you're breaking the stillness. So you're breaking the stagnant once you take that very small step, just one step. And once you have that momentum, protect it at all costs. It doesn't require massive action. It requires steady action. And here's a simple reminder: when you show up daily for your goals show up for you daily. Okay. And then momentum builds confidence, it builds consistency, and then the consistency builds result. Okay. So as we close, I want to just say momentum isn't something that just happens. It is not. Just think of who loved the merry-go-round on the playground as a kid. You push it and it starts slow, but man, once everybody got on board and you were going and going and going, it was hard to slow the thing down. All you had to do was barely touch it with your finger after that, and it just kept going. So kind of think of that when you think of, but you build it momentum through clarity, consistency, and courage. You protect it by not letting fear, comparison, and those things that can get in our head slow you down. So today I want to leave you with one question. What is one small thing that you can do today to create momentum? If you are not in the momentum stage, first of all, you're on this call. That's the first part to building your momentum, is being around people who are like-minded. So just do that and watch how the energy in the business will start to shift. Because when you move, everything around you begins to move too. So thank you for that. Just momentum has been on my heart this week because I didn't have it. I'll just be quite honest. I didn't have it. I didn't have, a lot of things, but I love to speak to the things that I need to hear. Right. So I think, I hope I gave you a few nuggets this morning. But now we're going to move into, does somebody want to say something? Okay. Now we're going to move into our IPA calls, and our IPA calls are income producing activity. Okay. Now, what I love is we can be on this IPA call, but this actually isn't an income producing activity in my eyes. This is a place to come and hear them. But when we actually do our own things step by step during our business, like bringing on new people into Facebook and meeting new people and all the things we need to do in our business, that is what brings the momentum to create income for yourself. And as much as I love these calls, we have to be reminded after we talk about these, then we have to go out there and create them, right? We have to create the momentum in our business. So, okay, I want to start getting some hands raised. If you had some IPAs this week, if you had, I know we've already had a couple in the chat. People talked about they brought on a brand partner or they had sold something or whatever you did to create that. Let's say just keep it short because I know we have some people that want to actually come on here and talk. And I better see some hands raised. Y'all know I don't like to say I I don't like to tell you what to do, but you better have your hands raised. And people we haven't heard from before. I know you guys are having wins out there, so raise your hands and keep it short. And just tell us something this week that's going on that's just. And I know you think, well, I don't have anything big this week. Well, guess what? Raise your hand. It wasn't a massive week for me, but I had somebody text me last said, hey, do you have any advantage at your house? That's a win for me this week because I didn't do a ton, but I left it on the porch and she came by and she Venmoed me for it. So to me, that was a win for me. So no matter big or small, give us your wins this morning. So who's up first? I'm not seeing any hands. So if y'all help me out here and if you see some hands.
I would love to hear from some of those people who did put in the chat. If you can't put your camera on, that's okay. But if you can just share exactly what you did, as Allison mentioned, we would love to hear how you got those wins this week. I see Shelly's hands raised.
All right, Shelly.
Okay, so this week I got 2 new customers for our Everglow. And some of that came from, I had shared it. One of them was with my aunt, and I had shared it with her, but I also shared my before and afters. And my before and afters are only 5 days. And shared a few other people's before and afters. And that makes a huge difference. So my aunt then, she didn't even ask how much it was. She just said, I need some of that Everglow. So we ordered that for her. And then I have a brand partner another customer who saw the before and afters and she got into the drop revolution. And she then reached out to me and said, I need to know more about this Everglow. So I sent her all the information and then she ordered. And it was just that quick. That Everglow is just an amazing product.
Yeah, Shelly, I absolutely love that you said that. I want to just break down a couple things you said. First of all, I love the fact that you used the other people's. We were talking about before everybody came on. I was talking about if you've not seen Jolene and Matt's, there's a few people. I mean, everybody's results, but these people are close to me. So Jolene and Matt have pictures that are phenomenal to me, and Kate Larson has a picture that's crazy good. And so I love the fact that, let's say you don't have any personal ones yet of your own, and you might, but share those pictures because here's what I know. I can relate to, if I post a picture of me at my age during the Everglow, I can get a lot of people my age using the Everglow, right? But don't stick to that one category. Go post some pictures of a 35-year-old on the Everglow that has given those results because you're going to resonate with those people too. It's not just for older people, it's for everybody. Okay, so I love the fact that you use that and you shared the others' results. And here's what I know about Partner Co. You do not have to have your own results in anything first off to start this business. Testimony after testimony after testimony of some of the people on our team that came in and did not even start using the drops. Our newest brand partner, Sheila's new Teresa, she doesn't have that story, but she can use the belief that we have, the systems that we have set up to use all that. And let's say somebody's like, well, what are your results? Well, she's like, you know what? I just started. She can be very excited and say, I just started, but I have these results from my friends, and she can show our pictures to believe that it's going to work instead of just saying, well, I don't have any results yet. She can use our system behind us. So Shelly, I absolutely love that. Congratulations to you. You look pretty in that color. That is your color, girl.
Thank you. And
thank
just a comment, Allison, one of the things that I think we need to make sure we advise everybody to do, and people often don't like doing this, take your before pictures.
Yes.
Now, I did do before pictures on my face, and it was probably 2 weeks after I started, I saw somebody had their hand.
That was me.
Okay, the before and
I had my
after.
hand.
Well, so then I'm in my 70s. So then I looked at my hands, and you get age marks all over your hands. And I had terrible age marks. I almost don't have any age marks anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear
Like
you,
it's unbelievable, but people forget, like I forgot to do my hands. I did my face,
Yeah.
So we need to remind people, take those pictures so that
That's
they can
true.
see.
That is so true. And thanks for that reminder. I know I took my hands and my legs and I forgot my face. So I'm just a hand. I always did want to be a hand model, so I'm just showing my hands now. Thank you so much for sharing this morning.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Who else is going to share with us? Who else has some wins on Everglow that wants to come off mute? And Vanessa, how are you?
Hello, how are you tonight? Oh, it's night here. No, this is not about Everglow. When you said about having some wins, only because no one else was putting their hands up, because I normally share. I was just going to say I did sign up the new brand partner today, and it's not like there's any one specific thing other than the consistently showing up thing. So I can't pinpoint exactly what it is that she was triggered by, other than, as I said, consistency. Because she said, I've been watching you. So she first reached out it was like late May, I think, and I only joined like at the late April. I mean, she didn't do anything. And then again reached out to me purely by being consistently showing up, showing my results, showing other people's results. Yeah, so that's it. It's just that it's the daily tasks and just showing up and doing them all the time.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And what I know is I always think back every time somebody says we don't think watching. The first thing I think of is one of my best friends 8 years ago when I started another business watched me for a year, finally reached out and said, you wore me down. And I said, what? I haven't even talked to you in a year. And she goes, you never stopped posting. And she goes, I wasn't ready with that day you were posting or something. She goes, now I'm ready. So just don't think no one's watching, because they are. So thank you so much.
Oh, just Alison, sorry, I'm just going to add to that. The other thing is that we've actually never talked before, this girl and I, other than we studied at integrated nutrition health coaching 11 years ago.
Wow.
But we've actually never had any conversation. So all of a sudden, so that whole never know who's watching, never know who's out there. So that was just really interesting. I think someone posted in the Millionaire Mentorship this morning about the fact that it's not the closest people necessarily they're going to support you. And here's this
so
woman,
true.
no interaction with ever. And
That
she's
is
become
so true. I love that. Last night we were talking about it's not your family and friends. Stop going after your family and friends. They're not the ones. There's so many other people out there that need us, and it's probably not going to be your family and friends, right? So, don't get discouraged. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Mr. Matt, speaking of the Mr. Everglow himself,
Good.
Mr. Matt.
I don't know about that, but thank
Yeah,
you.
look at you. Smooth face.
Bald is beautiful. So speaking about Everglow, I had posted before and after of my first before when I first started with Everglow, and then a week after, and then I did 2 weeks after. Well, after the first week, I had somebody that I had not been in contact with, and probably, I'm just gonna guess, 8 years, maybe. I haven't seen them in probably close to 10 years. But she had reached out and she's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? What is this product? I need to get it. And so we talked, and they're very, very financially strapped, to say the least. But through that, we started started just messaging back and forth. She ended up getting it. And in the first week, she has noticed, and she's noticed the difference in her face, which is awesome. But the crazy thing, she goes, I actually, like a few days ago, I got scratched real bad by one of my dogs, and I've been taking this Everglow, and I'm telling you, I've never seen my body heal faster than when she goes, I don't know if it's the Everglow. I was like, but she goes, my skin is just so much softer. It heals more. I'm seeing the glow on my face that my husband sees it. My kids see it. They're all interested. Now we're talking about possibly brand partner. And so it kind of goes back to what you were saying, being consistent, and really, you never know who's watching. And you just never know, someone out of the woodworks who you haven't talked to in a very long time might just happen to resurface, and all of a sudden, it's kind of putting yourself on Front Street in a sense, but awesome kind of thing, literally by just using a tool to take a photograph of before and after, but use this amazing product. And so, yeah, just it goes along with what everybody was saying. This is an amazing product. So anyway,
I want to say a couple of things. First of all, it's just such a joy to be back together again. Matt and Jolene and I worked together in a previous business, and it's just been such a joy to reconnect now with Partner Co. But I tell you what, a couple of things you said. First of all, Matt, I applaud you for being bold, right? I applaud you for using this product and getting results, and then not worrying about what others are going to think when you post a post, because you're doing it to help people. You're doing it to help others see. You're not making it about you. Oh, I don't want to post today, whatever. You're helping people to see what you have to offer. You're not selling anything. You are sharing your results. Now, there you could go about it in a way of selling, but by sharing is just sharing your heart. That's what we mean when we do our post. We just want to share. So I absolutely love that. The other thing I love about you, Matt, is you listened when you were talking. I know Matt and I talked yesterday, and Matt is one of these, he's the guy with the biggest heart, and he does better in person talking to people. We know sometimes it's easier to talk behind a computer. Matt loves to go and talk to people. And so he listened and he heard her pain point. First of all, financially strapped. Ding, 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 ding. This business could be perfect, okay, for them. That's the things I listen for. People say I can't make ends meet or something. Listen for those pain points, because those are the things that are going to drive you to getting brand partners when they have the results like she's having. And I suggest, Matt, with something I did the other day, one of my friends told me in a little paragraph exactly kind of what your friend just said. And in a paragraph, I shared that to my Facebook and said, look, these aren't my words. These are her words. This is what's going on. So use those as testimonies for others, and you're going to get great results. And I love the fact that you're so conscious of, I want to do this and I want to do this and right. And you're always looking at the boards, and you have all that behind you. And I just love that you guys are following the systems. And this is the one story that I say these guys didn't even literally take a drop of anything before they started their business. So they are such a huge testimony. So thank you for sharing that.
Hey, Allison, I see Donna Sambulo's hand is up, but people put in the chat that they wanted to see what Matt's pictures look like. So can I share that really quick before you take Donna?
Absolutely.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, this is Matt. Yay! And this is an amazing. So I'll let you talk about it. But what I want to hear though is where are people getting all these pictures from of other people? But if you want to take it over and share Matt's picture, and then maybe Matt or you can talk about where all your beautiful pictures are coming from. Thanks.
I'm not good with computers.
Oh, we can see it. Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah,
just tell us.
that's
Just
7
tell us.
days. And so that's
Yes.
day one. I will say that it came off a 20-year law enforcement career, working massive overtime all the time. And then I went to another gig. And this right here is literally the day that I got let go from my job. And so to me, I see a man who is very tired and weary. And someone who, I mean, that just, I hate looking at that picture, but it also, I like looking at that picture because I look at the next picture, 7 days, really where what I often say that I've turned my fear into faith, and where I'm starting to see, my wrinkles on my forehead are gone. And that's something I've been struggling with for a long time, but even more so, the bags underneath my eyes are not so heavy and noticeable. They're still there. I think they'll always be there. But and then I think there's one that is day 14 also. I have
Is it down or up? I was looking for that. I'm not sure which way to go.
Tell you what,
just tell me. I'll find it. If you give me the date.
You can keep going.
It's okay. Yeah. If you don't have it, it's okay. What's more important is where you're getting your pictures from, and that you're posting.
That's what everybody That was amazing. Oh my gosh. That chili was amazing. Thank you for the recipes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where was it?
Matt's putting it, but well, I think a lot of people are actually putting them in the group chats, the group messengers. They're showing them because we're sharing, putting them in the drop revolution. And so I think you can grab them there if people are putting them in the drop revolution and putting them in our chats. I know I don't mind if I put something in the chat, share away, share away. But some people, you can ask permission to share their thing. But man, yeah.
Allison, I just sent you the 3-way the to your message. I don't know if you're able to load that. I sent it.
Oh no, that's okay. We can just talk through it, Matt. Where do you get your
this
photos
product's
from?
amazing. I mean, I use the drops and I use the Everglow, and I know my wife uses other stuff, but yeah, this has been amazing. If you want to use that and send it to the gentleman and say, hey, this is not just a lady's product. This is something that has really changed my life. And love to say I'm 50 years old. I feel like I'm like 40 now. So
yeah, I think Jolene wants to talk, but I think if you'll go ahead, Jolene. I think there's places that has testimonials of people. So put those in there so other people can use in the boards. There are testimonials that you can use all day long of other people. Jolene.
Yeah, that's where he's getting a lot of his stuff is from boards. So we go through, we've been using the launch series. I think we were on week 5. And then just below that was more stories. And so he's kind of been going through there. And then some of them, are just ones like we'll see somebody else do it and we will recreate it. So that is more of where he's getting, like, he'll see it and then go, oh wait, I can do this. And then he screenshot the menopause one, like proud wife moment. I was like, dude, that was good. Like, that was a good one because it's so true. And so, yeah, I was like, wow, good job, bud.
I love it. You two are so fun. I absolutely love it. So keep doing that and keep using the testimonials, guys. And I think, like say, I try when I see anything with a guy, I think of like Matt, because I'm like, look, he's trying to get men. It's easier for him to help men. So if I see something that has to do with a man or whatever, I'll shoot it over to him. So if you see something that target somebody and it can help somebody on your team when they have that type of person on their team to help, or a client, shoot it over to them and say, this can help you maybe. So Donna, I'm so sorry. I think I missed you. Donna. Hi, Donna.
Good morning. I needed to unmute myself. Hi,
Good.
everyone. How are you?
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. So the other week I was talking to a friend and I told her about the 90-day challenge and she opted in for the challenge and she only had one box of the skinny drops. And I had been in prior months, I had been telling her about Advantage and I had sent her some info. So I reminded her of the Advantage and she decided that yes, she should pair it with the drops for the challenge. So she did. She bought a container from me and she went to her doctor and asked her doctor about the Advantage. Well, he examined the capsules and he looked at them and he said, gee, these have been damaged by the, I'll back up in the console of my car. I was keeping the Advantage. So this might be a tip for somebody else on here. I don't know, but I was keeping product in my car thinking it'd be handy. But for the Advantage, it might not be a great idea in the heat because I guess they ended up being damaged. So when she told me that, I said, oh, I just bought some more Advantage so I can easily replace that for you. So, I mean, that's kind of what I did for her. And then I passed it off to her yesterday. I mean, 2 days ago.
Good for you. Good for you. You're adding
Yeah.
on other products. I love that. We love our drops, but we love things that go with the drops to just even do more things. So I love that, Donna. Thank you
Correct.
for sharing. And she
Sure.
and and she's probably going to start taking those, and we can't wait to hear some results when you come back.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes,
for sharing
definitely.
that. Oh
All
my
right.
goodness. Okay, I think I love to talk, so I think I went over my time. But is there anybody else real quick that's out there that I'm not seeing? Otherwise, who is praying us out today? I forgot.
I believe it's Paula.
Paula. Paula, you there?
Good morning.
There you
There we
are.
go.
And thank you. I just want to say real quick, one of the things that drew me to Partner Co. in this IPA call was prayer. This is something that just starts my day off. So thank you, all of you prayer warriors that come on here and pray in your sweet voices, that you pray over us. So thank you so much, Paula, for praying us out today.
Yes. So the verse for today kind of aligned with some things that other people have been sharing and talking about. So I'm going to read that first and then we'll pray. Matthew 9, verse 37 and 38. Then he said to his disciples, the harvest truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. So today I'm going to pray for us to be laborers for his kingdom, but also that he would bring laborers alongside us for businesses. God, we just come to you right now and we desire to serve you. We desire to be laborers for the harvest to build your kingdom, Lord, because we know that you left the 99 to go after the one. So each and every one has the same value. And we want to have that same value when we look at others, Lord. So use us as vessels to build your kingdom. God, we also pray and we ask and we seek your face in our businesses, Lord. God, we ask that you bring laborers alongside. Some of them may be brand partners, some of them may choose to be customers, but we would have their testimonies to share with others, to be able to serve people, to be able to help people with whatever it is that they're struggling with in their health, Lord. God, it was prophesied over me that I would receive a healing. And I know that we can't make any claims, but I believe in my spirit, in my soul, in my heart, and in my mind that you absolutely used these products to heal me with the all natural ingredients they have to offer. And I'm forever grateful for that. Help us to go out and to serve you and help us to serve others and help them to better their health and help them on their wellness journey. We ask that we would be more of a blessing to others than what they are to us. We love you and we praise you and we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you guys. Have a good
Amen.
day.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank
Have
you.
a blessed
Thank you,
day.
Allison. Good
Bye-bye.
job.
Beautiful prayer, Paula.